In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 2024 real estate market predictions. Now, most of the predictions I'm going to talk about in this video are going to pertain mostly to the Calgary real estate market, but some of them are going to relate to the Canadian market as well. But before we get started, if you like Calgary house tours, community tours, and market updates, then make sure that you like and subscribe because we have a lot of that content coming for you this year in 2024. Now, I want to preface before we get started, and that is a lot of what I'm going to be talking about today isn't really based on facts or anything like that. It's just more so of what I'm hearing and what I think is going to happen. And at the end of 2024, we'll see if I was right or if I was completely wrong. So we'll see what happens. Prediction number one is rate drops. I believe in 2024 that there are going to be 2 to 3 quarter point rate drops starting in late quarter 2 or early quarter 3. Now, at the time of making this video, the current rate is at 5%, which means 3-quarter rate drops would be 4.25%. I think it's fair to say that the Bank of Canada over-tightened on their interest rates and raised them a little bit too quickly, which put a lot of people in a tough position. We have been hearing rumblings that the Bank of Canada is done raising rates and are actually going to start dropping rates. Now, my reason for saying that they're going to start the rate drop at the end of quarter 2 or the beginning of quarter 3, typically in Canada, the hottest time of the year for the real estate market is the spring. And I think the Bank of Canada wants to see how the spring market goes before they stop dropping rates, because they also need to be quite careful about dropping rates too quickly and setting the housing market back on fire again like we saw in 2022. Prediction number 2 is increased demand with limited supply. Now, Calgary real estate compared to a lot of the country is still doing quite well. We're still seeing a lot of homes selling and a lot of limited inventory. However, with the interest rates rising, a lot of people had to be pushed out of the market or moved into different property types based on their price bracket. And I think with those rate drops that we're going to see, that's going to bring a lot more buyers into the market. Now, something that I did notice a lot over the past couple of years is that as the Ontario and BC market are doing quite well in terms of sales and pricing, a lot of people do want to sell their homes there and relocate here into Calgary. And as well as home prices in those markets go up, a lot of people can't afford there, start and turn to Calgary as a viable option. With that, though, does come a lot of increased demand, and we've been with limited supply for a long time now, staying under that 2 months of inventory. Now, some people, as the rate drops happen, might want to sell and maybe move up or move down, but even with that increased supply that may come from that, I don't think it's going to be enough to sustain the demand that we're going to have here in Calgary. Prediction number 3 is that sales volume is going to be up. Now, again, I am making this video in early January 2024, which means that the December numbers have already come out. Now, if you look year over year, the total sales is up just shy of 14%. But if you look at the year to date, we're actually down just over 7.5%, which means we did 2,000 less homes in 2023 than we did in 2022. Now, my reasoning for saying that sales are going to be up is that this year we saw the height of high interest rates, which means a lot of people just couldn't afford homes. And with those rate drops, that is going to bring a lot more sales into the market. In 2022, Calgary was just shy of 30,000 total sales, and in 2023, we were just shy of 27,500 sales. My prediction for 2024 is that we're going to beat 2023, but not beat 2022. I don't think we're going to beat the 30,000 total sales, as home prices are starting to get quite high, and also interest rates are still high as well, and that means a lot of people aren't able to buy. Prediction number 4, single family home benchmark price is going to exceed 700,000 but not exceed 800,000. Again, at the time I'm making this video, the benchmark pricing for single family homes is $697,000, which means that we're going to exceed that $700,000 mark here probably in the first quarter. We're very close to breaking that marker, but I don't think it's going to jump up to that $800,000 mark. From the beginning of 2022, the single family home benchmark price started at $582,000, and we're ending 2023 at $697,000. That's over $100,000 price increase in just 2 short years. But from the beginning of 2023 to the end of 2023, we did see a $73,000 price increase alone. Now, my reasoning for why I think we're going to exceed $700,000 is simply we are very close to breaking that, and the demand for single family homes is still there, as Calgary is very well known for. But I don't think it's going to exceed that $800,000 mark, is simply because interest rates are still too high and people's purchasing powers are down, and not a lot of people can afford single family homes once they start to reach up to that pricing. I just think ultimately the market just isn't going to be able to afford those prices with higher interest rates, and ultimately is just not going to exceed $800,000. I truly believe that the single family home market is going to end in 2024 at around $750,000. Prediction number 4 is that townhomes will exceed $500,000. At the time of making this video, the townhome benchmark pricing is just over $425,000. which year over year is an increase of 20%. Townhomes for the past couple of years, especially here in 2023, have been a very hot market. As interest rates rose and buyers' purchasing power decreased, they had to go into different price brackets and into different property types. And townhomes became very popular because they still offered a lot of space, enough bedrooms, and in some cases, they even gave you a back garden for you to enjoy. I was able to help many clients buy into the townhouse market and sell in the townhouse market this year, and I don't see the townhouse market slowing down any further. And this is simply because as rates drop, those individuals that are maybe in the apartment market might be able to buy into that townhouse market, but a lot of demand is going to come into the 2024 market. So those that are getting pushed out of the single family home market and the duplex market, they're going to have to look elsewhere, and ultimately the townhome market is going to where they're going to want to settle on, which is going to drive that demand up, which is ultimately going to drive the prices up with overbidding and competition. My last prediction for this video is condos will be competitive as more buyers get priced out of the market. Now, with those interest rates, again, it's going to bring in more buyers, and it's ultimately going to increase their purchasing power. It's also going to increase the competitiveness and the demand in the overall market, which those that are not going to be able to no longer afford the townhome market, they're going to look elsewhere and go into the apartment market. Now, we have seen in 2023 the apartment market be very desirable as well and really bounce back for Calgary. We did see this for a lot of buyers and investors as well, as for a long time the apartment market was quite affordable, and that was really desirable for buyers and investors. I think with the rate drops and the competitiveness in the overall market, that is still going to be true for the condos, and they're going to be very competitive, and we're going to see a lot of overbidding for those as well. Well, that's all I have for you today, and thanks for tuning in. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think my predictions are spot on, or do you think I'm wrong in some areas? And I also want to know from you what you think your 2024 predictions are. So let me know down in the comments, and I want to see what you think. And as always, make sure that you like and subscribe. But until then, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Take care.